I hope that you and your families are still continuing to enjoy a very restful and relaxing summer. For those of you in town, if you're interested in doing any of the summer ramp-up classes, those are about to start, I believe, and so we'd love to have your kiddos there to start to get their brains thinking about all things academic in a fun way. So contact Crystal Kobe if you're interested in that. Since I spoke to you last, there have been quite a few changes, of course, as you know, in how things are going with the COVID-19 pandemic. So I wanted to update you a little bit on how the school is responding to that. And let me assure you that first and foremost, the school is responding, as we always do, really thinking about what is best and right for children. And that is that they are together and learning on campus with their teachers. That remains our intention, is to open up as normally as possible, while, keeping an eye to the safety, of course, of our children and our faculty and our families. We are so fortunate to be a year later than last year. We have vaccines now available for our faculty and for children 12 and up, if that's something that your family chooses to do. So we're in a much different space with a lot different and better understanding. So I want to update you a little bit on how we're going about that. Today in the Messenger, there will be so many things for you to look at as a parent. So I really encourage you to take time to go through each of the pieces that are in there today. Not just related to reentry protocols and things like that, but in so many various ways, and I'll go through those today with you. You will notice that we are releasing the updated Fall Campus Plan website, and as just like last year, it will continue to be updated as we update things based on conditions in the community. You'll notice a few things. First of all, as we've been saying, masks will continue to be optional. If you are a family that does not feel comfortable without your child wearing a mask in school, then by all means, please do. And same with adults. Masks will be optional, certainly for those that are vaccinated. For those that are unvaccinated, we encourage you to wear masks. We'll encourage the children to feel comfortable doing that, but they don't have to. Especially in a pre-K through 8 school, the majority of our children will be unvaccinated, and we understand that. So again, right now, that's exactly where we are, is those will be an optional piece. We will not be doing cohorts, so the children will be moving in a normal way and engaging with their teachers in the most optimal way for learning. Our teachers have spent the summer really excitedly getting ready for the full St. Gabriel's experience in all of the things that we do and all the amazing ways that we educate children. So we're excited to do that. You will notice in the website something called Test to Stay. And that's a really wonderful step forward that we're excited to do. And that means that, assuming we will have COVID cases this year, I think it's something that we will probably have with us for a while. We will not be sending entire classrooms home. That's not something that we feel the need to do. Instead, what we'll be doing is offering the ability on campus to give COVID tests, rapid COVID tests to students, given parent permission, and you'll be receiving something about that later, closer to school. And that anyone who tests negative can continue to stay. So that's the Test to Stay. And then anyone who tests positive will go home, just as if you had the flu. Stay home, get better, isolate, get a negative test, and come back. So that is really how we're looking at doing this, is in a very pinpointed and individualized way. Again, keeping an eye to the safety of the community. Should we see a spread or anything like that, we know what to do. But that has not been historically the case at our school and on our campus. And so we feel that Test to Stay is really a safe and optimal way to go to make sure that we are keeping our kids healthy and on campus learning. If you have questions about that, of course, please ask. The other thing that I want you to notice today in the Messenger is that there is going to be a parent survey. The other piece that has been so important to us in the last year is staying in communication and partnership with our families. This is something that, again, like I said, we have found is best handled in response to our community, and that's why we were so successful last year. So one of the things that I would like to do is encourage you to answer that survey. And really, it's a survey to just kind of take the temperature of our families, so to speak. What are your opinions? What are your attitudes regarding mask wearing, regarding testing on campus, regarding vaccines for your children, all of those things? Not that any of those things are going to be required. It's just as we are responding to the conditions around us, we want to really have a good sense of where our families are. So I really appreciate you taking the time to fill that out. If you could do that before next Wednesday, before I meet again with our task force, that would be incredibly helpful. So thank you. You will also notice today, shifting from things COVID, which is my favorite thing to do, you will notice that we have updated the parent-student handbook for the 21-22 school year. You will also see that again as a banner on your MySGCS portal that you will be asked to sign, but we're putting it today in the messenger so you can start looking at it. We've spent a lot of time updating that and making sure that it's really accurate and correct. So please look through that. It is a really great resource for a lot of family questions. Ultimately, that resides on the resource page of the MySGCS portal, so that will be available to you all year. Uniforms. A lot to say around uniforms, and for those of you who are new to our community and those of you who are trying to get new uniforms for your growing children, I bet that you may have run into a bit of a delay with Dennis' uniform. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is do not worry. Everything's going to be just fine. Dennis is experiencing some COVID-related supply chain delays, and so we have all dealt with those. So there's a couple of options that I want to share with you. First, we have a lot of, especially just a lot of uniforms in general in our used uniform closet. And so we will be hosting our annual used uniform sale as we get back to campus in August. So look down in the messenger for those dates, and we encourage you to come to campus and shop the used uniform sale for the correct sizes for your children, both boys and girls. Secondly, if, let's say, you can't get anything from Dennis and you can't find the sizes you need from the used uniform sale and your kiddo just doesn't have what they need, please don't worry. Please contact your division head. If you're in the lower school, reach out to Mrs. Glenn. If you're in the middle school, reach out to Dr. Schneider, and they will help you with the right thing to do in that case. We have dealt with this before, and we've had children who've had to start school with khaki shorts and a spirit wear t-shirt for a few days and things like that. It's just not something to worry over. So please be at ease on that. Something to note in uniforms that we've updated, our middle school girls really enjoyed the skirt last year. The skirt is pretty uncomfortable for a lot of reasons. It makes it difficult to play, and you have to wear extra shorts and all sorts of stuff. So we are moving officially to only the skirt for our middle school girls. Now we're going to do that in a way that is kind of a lead-in for the year. So if your daughter has skirts at home, or you've had hand-me-down skirts from your older children or what have you, and you're not considering buying the skirt right now, that's okay. The skirt is available this year and you can continue to wear it. What we ask is that when your daughter has outgrown whatever you have on hand and you do have to go get yourself a new uniform for your daughter, that you purchase the skirt. Next year, skirts will not be allowed, only the skirt. This year, we are doing that phase-in approach. And the girls really found that much more comfortable and easy to deal with. So those are the main things on uniform. But again, in the parent handbook, you will see all the details around the uniform. There's a few updates around outerwear and middle school sweatshirts and things like that you'll want to read. Today, you will have already received a letter from your division head. Again, if you're in the lower school, you will have received an email from Mrs. Glenn. If you're in the middle school, you will have received an email from Dr. Schneider, really going through kind of upcoming dates and some specific things in terms of their divisions. But just in case you haven't or you hadn't had a chance to read that yet, we have those embedded here in the messenger as PDFs, and so you can read those and get information directly from your division head. Again, please reach out to any of us with questions. If you have division-specific or grade-specific questions, those are best answered by Dr. Schneider and Mrs. Glenn, but of course you know you can always reach out to me, and I love getting a chance to connect with you. Last, there's a lot of, like I've been saying all summer, there's fun things that we've been working on for a long time that we're getting ready to launch, and I'm so excited. And one of those that we've been working on for a year now is our new website. I am so excited. It is gorgeous, and we are going to be launching that new website right at the beginning of August. So stay tuned. It's so beautiful, and it is just really an incredible way to showcase who we are as a school. When I read through it and I'm editing it for the 10,000th time, I get goosebumps. Our school is so amazing, and I'm so proud of us. And I hope that you will enjoy looking at that once it comes out. So stay tuned for all of that good stuff. Last but not least, as always, if you are someone who is interested in getting a vaccine for your child, age 12 and up, please do so that they can be fully vaccinated by the time we return to school. We're kind of at the edge of that. So we encourage everyone to get vaccines as long as you're comfortable. And, we look forward to all being together in health this year. Like I said, we expect to see the return of normal childhood illnesses. And sometimes that can feel uncomfortable for folks when we haven't had those illnesses in a while. So we're going to work really hard to stay as healthy as possible this year in general. We're going to keep our cleaning up. We're going to keep washing our hands, all those things that are just good health practices. Because our goal, like I said, is to really stay together as much as possible. That's the way we are best, and that's the way we like to be. So I hope that you've had a great summer, like I said. Let me know if you have any questions. Please fill out our survey and enjoy all of the things that are in the messenger for you today. I look forward to seeing you again soon, and until then, go Sabres.